Hello, Monstrums! This is SilentSigns from I Dream of Indie. If you haven't already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button below so you don't miss any of our reviews or previews. Today we are taking a look at Ys 9, Monstrum Nox, a game that comes to us from developer Falcom and publisher NIS America. I played this game on the PlayStation 4, where it is set to be released for February 2nd. It is also coming out on Switch and PC, but that release date will be later this summer. At the time of this review, the physical copies of Ys 9 are listed at $59.99. I imagine the digital copies will be about the same. If you're not familiar with the Ys series, this game features the long-running main character, Adol, who is an adventurer who's traveled all over the place, and this time finds himself in the city of Balduq, which is a prison city. Pretty much immediately upon arriving, he is arrested and sent to said prison, where he has to escape, and in the process becomes a monster. Monstrums are cursed beings with supernatural abilities, and he finds out that he's not the only one, as he's joined by the other 5 monstrums, including the Raging Bull, the Renegade, the White Cat, the Doll, and the Hawk. Together, this group of now 6 individuals are tasked with defending the world from the shadowy, mysterious monsters that come from the dimension called the Grimwald Nox. Ys 9 Monstrum Nox is an action RPG-style game with a wide spectrum of difficulty levels. If you enjoy playing this style of game strictly for the story and character development, I'd suggest you try it on easy. Are you a glutton for punishment and enjoy extremely hard gameplay? Maybe try Lunatic. Once you've chosen your difficulty level and your adventure has started, the first thing you learn is how to run with the L1 button, because you are, after all, escaping a prison. After that, you quickly learn how to fight. You can jump using the X button, you can fight using the square button. You'll also have skills which you can execute by holding down the R1 button and then pushing any of the action buttons. Well, that is once you have skills to assign to each action button, but there are no shortage of skills to learn, and you will gain plenty along the way. You can also target a specific enemy using the triangle button if you find that helpful, and of course there are some crazy special abilities that you can execute, and since your party is no group of ordinary humans, each monstrum also has a unique gift. For example, the White Cat has the ability to run up walls, which is then shared with the entire party. I thought it was really neat that each party member that joined added a unique ability to your arsenal. At any time during gameplay, you can switch between the characters in your party using the circle button. No matter who you're playing as the primary character though, you can still share those special abilities from everyone involved. You also have a map that you can follow using the left directional button, which will show you the main plot point areas as well as the areas with a side quest and locations that you've accessed previously, including shops. I have to say, the maps in this game are very easy to follow, and this is coming from someone who is extremely directionally challenged. You can even set a waypoint for yourself on the map by using the touchpad, which is super helpful. Since you are essentially playing as an escaped convict in this game, there is a secret hideout for Adol, the Monstrums, and all of their allies called the Dandelion. This is a location where you can talk to allies, you can make purchases, you can upgrade weapons, and just in general kind of rest and replenish for the next mission. And if you're not at the Dandelion, there are plenty of shops along the way where you can purchase food, upgrades, outfits, weapons, crafting, pretty much anything you can think of. With all of that in mind, a lot of the game focuses on the barriers that are in place because of your curse as a monstrum, and these barriers are preventing you from leaving the city of Balduq, and there are also barriers in place within the city that prevent you from progressing to certain locations. In order to break down these barriers and hopefully eventually leave the city, you have to take on hordes of enemies in the Grimwald Nox. This is where all those skills, upgrades, and equipment that you purchased really comes in handy. And when you're not fighting monsters in the Grimwald Nox, you are often exploring dungeons and fighting monsters there. As with pretty much any RPG ever, you can level up along the way, which makes you stronger and helps you defeat more difficult enemies. I have to give some credit to Monstrum Nox because it took some risks, and that's a tough thing to do for a game series that's been running for over 30 years now. I really enjoyed the fact that each monstrum had their own unique abilities and that these abilities were shared by the entire group. I thought that was a really cool addition to kind of your standard action RPG gameplay that you would come to expect from the Ys series. I also really liked that this game went for some darker tones, especially when compared to the last installment. However, I did find the locations that I was exploring to get a little bit stale, especially when you were stuck in the city for so long. And I think that we broke into the prison several times, so I got so tired of looking at those gray walls. And that kind of leads us into the graphics of Monstrum Nox. They're just okay. I did see that this game came out in 2019 in Japan, and that kind of makes sense to me. That looks like more the era that these graphics would have been relevant. And that's not to take away anything. I'm not really a stickler for graphics. The one thing that I did not so much appreciate was the lack of variety of backgrounds in some sections of the game. As I mentioned, I saw so much of that prison, I started to feel like I was in prison. Same kind of goes for the dandelion and the city in general. Things got a little bit monotonous, but overall, I really loved the character design. I loved the look of the monstrums and how they had their normal identity and then their monstrum identity. And oh my god, the soundtrack is so good. It's so good. It's the best part of the game, hands down. There's a great variety to the music for each location. None of it gets monotonous. The music for the battles and the dungeons is just so energetic and pumps you up. There's some really amazing guitar work here, and it's quite catchy, and I can't say enough good things about the soundtrack. I enjoyed the combat in Monstrum Nox. I thought it was fun to gain new skills and abilities, and I loved being introduced to all the monstrums and their backstories. I personally love that they're trying new things with this 30-something-year-old series, and I hope they continue to do so.
Monstrums, the time is nigh. Under the red moons, the wicked and the defiant shall be punished. Ascend into this unbreaking night. Unsheath your curse and smite the darkness.
So what do you think? Will you be teaming up with the Monstrums? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you so much for checking out our review of Ys 9 Monstrum Nox. If you'd like to see more videos like this one, please hit the subscribe button below so you don't miss any reviews or previews. Also check out the description box for links to our Discord, our merchandise, our affiliate links, and pretty much everything you need to know about the channel. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you next time.